Well, less than a month after its release of the HD remake, now we have Revelations 2. But is it the next good Resident Evil game? Let's find this out. Resident Evil Revelations 2, of course, is the sequel to Resident Evil Revelations, a game I have not played. So if this game has any type of continuation from that game, I don't know. But it doesn't seem like it, because the game starts out and we get this little short scenario where Claire Redfield and Moira Burton, of course, the daughter of Barry Burton, Barry Burton's badass, are kidnapped by this unknown group of soldiers and taken to this remote island in the middle of wherever the type of area they're in, and it's more or less a prison, if you will. So they gotta fight their way through the prison to get out of there and find out where the hell they're at. At the same time, Barry Burton is on his way to said island to rescue his daughter. And along the way, you also get to play as Natalia, which is Barry's partner in the game. So you do got this cooperative play in the middle of the game. But I'm kind of happy to say that it is a lot better than Resident Evil 5's co-op, even though I really didn't have much problems with Resident Evil 5's co-op. I actually kind of enjoyed it. The AI in this game is a lot smarter. Plus, this game also has like several different references to almost all Resident Evil games. You basically got the same style as Resident Evil 5 and 6. The game takes place between Resident Evils 5 and 6 as well, so that's another plus. You actually get to see how much Claire has grown over the course of the games, from Resident Evil 2 to Code Veronica to this game, how more mature and more badass she becomes in the games. So that's kind of cool. Plus, it's also cool to play as Barry Burton. Who does not want to play as Barry Burton over again? I know I sure as hell do. He's one of my favorite characters in the series. Second would be Chris Redfield, of course. Claire would come in third, and no, Claire is fourth. Jill is third, actually. And you get to switch between characters, kind of like Resident Evil 0, how you can switch between both characters to get certain things done. And that's a plus in this game, because you do gotta get certain things done, and only certain characters can do certain things, which is a nice little change in pace. So that was actually pretty good, and I like the way it's well functioned in said game. The enemies are way different between scenarios. When you play as Claire Redfield, the zombies look a lot more clean, more fresh, look like they just turned, if you will, or infected, whatever you want to call them. But when you play as Barry, they look more aged. They look more rusty. They look more like classic Resident Evil zombies. Okay? And of course, you do have your usual cliffhanger at the end of the episode 1, because this is an episodic video game, which I did not see coming. That was awesome. I'm glad they actually incorporated a cliffhanger like that where I did not see coming, and I wasn't expecting it, but it's very, very cool. As for the puzzles in the game are not very hard like most Resident Evil games, especially when you have to use the buddy system to actually get the puzzles done. They're actually a little bit more simplified, which is kind of a little negative for the game. I was hoping for a little bit more harder puzzles than usual. Because, you know, when Resident Evil 4 gave you a puzzle, oh my god, the shit was terrible. But, especially Resident Evil 1 and the remake, oh. But, these ones were kind of simplified, which is kind of a shame. But, when you're playing as Claire and you gotta fight your way out of this prison, stock up on as much ammo as you can. because that very last part where you're trying to get out of the prison, it's gonna take everything you got, and I mean everything, down to your knife, if you want to make it out of that part alive. I mean, damn, they don't hold your hand with that shit, so make every shot count. I cannot stress that shit enough when you get to that last part. Damn. Okay? Damn. Now, the voice acting is not very good. on the side of Claire and Barry, I like. Natalia, I like. Moira, her dialogue is kind of stupid. But that's a plus. Why is that a plus? Because shitty dialogue has basically been a staple of the Resident Evil franchise. I mean, look at the very first game. The voice acting is terrible, but it's the most hilarious thing about Resident Evil 1. It literally is. So I'm actually kind of glad it's kind of terrible, because it kind of gives you that nostalgic factor. Even a couple of lines in the game brings back, of course, classic Resident Evil, especially where Claire Redfield actually uses the line Barry gave Jill in the first game, where Moira comes in after Claire's almost been crushed, and she's like, "You okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine. I was almost a Claire sandwich." And then Moira responds, "Ugh, Barry has told everyone that story." She doesn't even call him Dad, which is funny. She calls him Barry. But it's good to see Barry Burton again, since I haven't seen him since Resident Evil 5. It's good to play as him again. I love the controls. I love the aspect of it. This game is a much needed improvement over Resident Evil 6 and Operation Raccoon City, as we can all agree. Those were kind of fucking shitty. Those were some games. But the game will run you about 2 hours. They ran me about 2 hours and 23 minutes. You do have a little bit of compensation when you're playing this game. It's called, I think it's called Rage Mode, if I have that right. Where it's like a skill point type session where you have to really, that's where you want to use your guns, because you're going to get a lot of points and stuff like that to unlock other weapons and other stuff like that. Speaking of weapons, you can upgrade your weapons in the game by when you come to a weapons bench. So it's like one of those type of games. You have to have a weapons bench in order to upgrade. It's not like Resident Evil 5, where in between each session you'll be able to upgrade your weapons and sell your items. Speaking of items, you can pick up numerous types of items that will give you bonus points, or BP, as the game so notably calls it. And of course you can use that to your advantage as well. The graphics in the game looks nice. I loved it. I really did. I had a good time with Resident Evil Operation. I was going to say it again. Resident Evil Revelations Deuce. Okay? This is a much needed breath of fresh air for the franchise, and I hope Capcom keeps on going with said franchise. So I'm going to give Episode 1 of Revelations 2 an 8.5 out of 10. I had a good time with this game. Replay value is a must for the Resident Evil franchise, and I'm glad this game has it, because yeah. So, bit of advice. Not advice, but a bit of information. The game is out, just came out today, of course, for PS3, PS4. For Xbox 360 and Xbox One owners, the game will be out for you guys tomorrow. But from Episode 2 onward, they will all be released the exact same day. So Episode 2 will be released on March 4th, which I believe is next week, for all platforms. So yeah, have at it. $25 for the entire episodic franchise. I'm going to get the full game myself. I played my friend's version because he knows I'm going to get the full game when it comes out on the 13th of March. So, because you know me, I can't, I don't want to use much space on my PS4 right now. I've downloaded a lot of stuff. So if I'm going to get a game, I'm going to buy the hard copy and do it that way. But who says I can't play the game early and get my reviews out for you guys? Because that's just what I like to do for you guys. Let me know what you guys think about Operation Revelations 2 down below. Why would you give a game that has almost the exact same name as Operation? Ugh. Anyways, I'm out.